Hi everybody, it's your buddy Brad here, and today we're going to take a look at using lazyjess and Julian. Um, some of the pictures that I have made using this technique are here and here. This isn't a new technique, but it's just something that I'm just going to show you a quick and easy way of doing it in JWildfire, that using pre-post circleize, which has makes it a lot easier. So to start off with, we're going to go to Julian. I'm going to set it at a really high power. For here, I'm going to do 8,000. Get a gradient here. And what we want to do is make this Julian square. And the quickest way of doing that is going to the pre-post circleize, which is right here. And we set that to 1. We have a square. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And we're going to hit add again. We're going to go to the lazyjess variation. And by default, it is set up for a square. The n is the number of sides. The spin is how it's rotated, and here it's basically it's rotated in 180 degrees, and we just want to have a little bit of a space, very little. We're going to start off about there. Then we're going to go to the Find tab and change this here from 105 to 100. Whoa. Point. I'm going to go 0.1. And so every time I hit the button, it will either go enlarge or shrink by that amount. And that is a very small amount, which is what we want. So if we shrink it, oh, one more thing, we're also going to up the weight to about 90. So I brought that down 1, 2. So I hit it 3 times. Now I am going to rotate. Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to reset. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to change the rotations by 90. Since it's a square, we are dealing with 90-degree angles. So I'm going to rotate it once. Let's move around here some. And this is the effect we're going for here. And then we can zoom in to it. Zoom in. And this is the effect that we're going for here. And then we can even shrink it a little bit more to get a little bit more of the stair step. Or we can also go the other way and enlarge it some. You know, just play around until you get something that you like. But what I like to do is I actually like it when it's dealing with triangles. And this is where it gets a little tricky. So I'm going to zoom back out here. When you're dealing with other angles, it gets a little tricky. And then reset. And reset this. So if we want to do a triangle, we have to do a little bit of math. And don't be scared, it is not that hard. So what we do is pull up our calculator here and do 360. And since we want, since a triangle has 3 angles on it, we do divided by 3. And we get 120. And so under the Julian, we set the rotation to 120. And we set the n to 3. And then for the lazyjess, on the second transform, we set that to 3. And now, if you look over here, it looks kind of off. It's because we still have the spin at pi. And I will include a link to this. So basically, since it flips it 180 degrees, if you come here, you type in 180, and that gives us pi here. But since we're doing 120, we want to type in 120, and we want to copy this number here. This is the radian. And we're going to copy all of this. Control C, copy. Go back into JWildfire. And then for spin, I'm going to select all and paste. Make sure everything's reset here. And also go to Affine and change this angle here to 120. So now if we rotate it, it rotates 120 degrees each click, which is 3 times. If you want, we can set it to half of that, which is 60. Oh. we want to rotate the lazyjess, not the julian. There we go. So that's at 60. If we rotate it again, that's 120. And I just like the shapes that you can get with the triangle by tweaking around and just moving the triangles. Actually, just the lazyjess triangle. And very small amounts, moving it so we get something we like. Now we can have more of a space and have more texture if you want. There's also another tutorial. It's covered both in the Lazy Julian and also the CPOW rings tutorial, which is also, you can also use CPOW instead of Julian to give different textures. But I'm not going to get into that. You can go check out the those tutorials on how to texture the lines. But this is the type of effect that I like to see. Then, so we went to 3. I'm going to reset. So let's say if we wanted to go to 5, we're going to have 5 sides. So you go to lazyjess, set 5, Julian. Under pre-post, you hit 5 for the end. We go to the calculator. We do 360 divided by 5. That gives us 72. So for rotation, we do 72. Under the pre-post circleize, it's right there. I know it's kind of hard to see, but that's the pre-post circleize. And so then we go back to our angle conversion. We go to 72. And we want the radian number. Well, okay, I click on radians. I can just copy it. Go back to JWildfire, lazyjess, and we want the spin amount, and paste. And then we have the pentagon, right? Pentagon, yeah. And then we want to change the angle by 72. And just move ever so slightly. Zoom in. And do a little bit of tweaking. zoomed in too much. And as you see, this can give you a lot of really cool effects. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. Until next time, bye.